Hello friends, welcome to Steer YouTube channel. Myself Dr. Palaniraman, a practicing pediatrician from Tamil Nadu. Today's topic for discussion is how to choose anti-malarial drugs in practice. Okay, before going to the topic proper, let us have a bird's eye view of the malarial situation in India. Actually, what is the malarial burden? Roughly around 2,50,000 cases were registered in the year 2024. And roughly India constitutes around 70% of the burden of malaria in the Southeast Asia. And this 2,50,000 cases are not equally distributed throughout the India, and they are concentrated in certain pockets of India. For example, in the hilly and tribal regions of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, and the northeastern states, they constitute around 80% of the burden of the malarial cases in India. And what are the species available in India? And usually two species makes the majority of the malarial cases in India. Around 70% are due to Plasmodium vivax, which mainly constitute for the volume of the cases and persistence of the cases because of the hypnozoite phase or dormant phase in the liver, leading to the persistence of the cases in the community. And 30% are due to Falciparum, and mainly which leads to the severe presentations and mainly the important reason for the mortality in the community. Okay. To tackle such a huge burden, a national strategic plan for malaria elimination 2023 to 2027, a plan has been formulated involving all the agencies involved in malaria control and eradication with a clear-cut evidence-based protocol, mainly insisting on test, treat and track. Gone are the days of empirical antimalarial therapy. Now, mainly only after confirmation of the malarial parasite by either by microscopy or by rapid antigen test, malaria can be treated so that the resistance can be prevented. This is the current protocol. With the evidence-based protocol, now the cure rate is around 95%. And therapeutic efficacy studies are conducted in sentinel centers yearly twice, so that there is no failure rate in the community. Okay, coming to the drugs for the malaria, there are three groups of drugs. One group acts against the blood parasite, which is mainly responsible for the disease pattern. They are mainly chloroquine, mefloquine, artemisinin-based derivatives like artesunate, artemether, lumefantrine, sulfadoxine pyrimethamine. And drugs acting on the dormant parasites, mainly responsible for the relapse, they are mainly the primaquine and tefenoquine. Newer drug is tefenoquine in the phase 3 trials. And drug for gametocyte, mainly for preventing the transmission, mainly the drug is primaquine. These are the three groups of drugs mainly employed in the antimalarial therapy. Now, coming to the resistance pattern in the community. For the falciparum, chloroquine is universally resistant. Falciparum is resistant to chloroquine universally in India. So only by the year 2010, artesunate-based combination therapy has been formulated. This combination chemotherapy is very successful in the community nowadays. And even with combination therapy, particularly artesunate is a fast-acting drug, fast-acting schizonticidal, and whereas sulfadoxine pyrimethamine, which mainly the residual parasites are removed by the slow action of the sulfadoxine pyrimethamine. This combination is commonly used. And even to this combination nowadays, the resistance has been developed in the northeastern states. For example, to the sulfadoxine pyrimethamine, the resistance has been developed. Now, the artemether lumefantrine is used in the northeastern states. What about artemisinin resistance? touchwood, so far artemisinin resistance has not been developed in India. This is about the resistant state, and all the organizations are mainly, they have a specific surveillance protocol with the molecular markers to see for the evolving resistance pattern with respect to chloroquine or sulfadoxine pyrimethamine, artemisinin, mainly with the PCRs, they are mainly detecting the resistance patterns, evolving resistance patterns, and they are monitoring very actively so that their malaria is tackled properly. Okay. Coming to the core issue of choosing the antimalarial drugs. How I am going to choose? Number one, based on the species, falciparum or a vivax, or a mixed infection. Number two, based on the resistance pattern. Number three, based on the severity, whether I am dealing with uncomplicated malaria or a complicated malaria. So these are the three parameters mainly used in choosing the antimalarial drugs. So coming to one by one. So for example, number one, uncomplicated malaria, how it is tackled. If it is a falciparum, uncomplicated falciparum, the drug of choice, as I already told, ACT, that is artesunate based combination chemotherapy, mainly artesunate with sulfadoxine pyrimethamine for a period of 3 days, along with a single dose of primaquine for gametocyte effect. This is the one followed throughout the India. Whereas in northeastern states, because of the resistance, artemether lumefantrine is followed instead of artesunate sulfadoxine pyrimethamine along with primaquine. Okay. With respect to uncomplicated primary vivax, what is the treatment? Chloroquine is the gold standard, which is given for 3 days, followed by primaquine, which is given for a period of 14 days, as if to prevent the relapse. Now, what about the mixed infection? Mixed infection are considered as a falciparum mainly. So ACT followed by primaquine for a period of 14 days. So you are clearing the falciparum as well as preventing the relapse also. So this is with respect to uncomplicated malaria. Dosing is beyond the scope of this lecture. Number two, when it comes to complicated malaria, what is the situation? Or severe malaria, when there is a cerebral malaria or a renal failure or a algid malaria or a acute severe hemolysis, and all these things are mainly considered as a complicated malaria. What is the treatment of choice? All these cases, the treatment of choice is IV artesunate is the drug of choice along all the ages. IV artesunate is given for a period of 24 hours to 48 hours. As the patient becomes stable, it is followed by oral ACT for 3 days along with the primaquine. This is the IV therapy. What are the alternatives available for IV artesunate? IM artemether can be used or IV quinine can be used. These are the alternatives for severe cases of malaria. Coming to the special populations, with respect to pregnancy and uncomplicated falciparum, in the first trimester, ACT-based therapy is avoided. The protocol dictates you should go for quinine plus clindamycin. The second and third trimester, you can use ACT-based therapy. And primaquine is contraindicated in pregnancy. But in case of complicated malaria in pregnancy, IV artesunate is the drug of choice. Coming to children, primaquine is contraindicated in infants, and artesunate dosage is higher in younger age children. And blister packs in the form of pink packs, yellow packs, and green packs are available for infants, toddlers, and young children in the government sector. Now coming to the special population of G6PD deficient individuals, particularly in the tribal areas, hilly areas where malaria hits the hardest, the G6PD deficiency is to the order of 15%. So G6PD testing is mandatory, and if they are positive, primaquine should not be given for a period of 14 days or that short-term therapy, and they should be given weekly for a period of 8 weeks. Now coming to the chemoprophylaxis, there are two types, short-term or long-term. If you are going to stay for 6 weeks, less than 6 weeks in the endemic area, advised to start 2 days before going to the area by doxycycline once a day for till the period of there, as well as coming 4 weeks after the stay of the endemic area. But doxycycline is contraindicated in pregnancy as well as less than 8 years of age. For them, the chloroquine is the drug of choice, weekly chloroquine. Coming to long-term stay, more than 6 weeks, if you are going to stay for a long period, weekly mefloquine is the drug of choice. Okay, coming to the future horizons with respect to newer drugs. Number 1, tefenoquine is coming. It is in the phase 3 trial. It is going to replace the primoquine. The advantage is only single dose instead of 14-day doses. But one thing is, it is also can't be given in a GCPD individual. Number 2, newer ACT-based therapy is also coming. A drug called Pyramax, artesunate with pyronoridine is coming. Friends, so far you have heard the bird's eye view of the burden, the malarial program part in the government sector, as well as, and I have told how to choose the antimalarial drug based on the species, resistance and severity. And the final word is, as a practicing physician, you should have a contact with the district health authorities so that you should know what is the species circulating around in your area, what is the protocol followed by the government. You should join the hands with the government so that the malaria is eliminated. There is zero elimination by the year 2027, and by 2030, and WHO will declare India has eliminated the malaria. Thank you very much.